Hello and welcome to another cigar review from Superdan, Dealing in the Desert 9B cigar review. Today we're going to look at the Don Kiki K by Karen Maduro Robusto. It's a 50 gauge, 5-inch length, medium strength from the Esteli factory in Nicaragua. Ecuadorian wrapper, Nicaraguan binders, and fillers. We got lots to talk about, people, so let's just get right into it. This is Superdan. Let's light her up. Hello, people. Hello. Man, it's good to be back. Doing something that I've enjoyed a lot, but just haven't seemed to find the time to do it. And now I can do it. 9B, cigar review, 9B. Are you ready for some inappropriateness? According to YouTube, are you ready for some inappropriateness? 9B, the Special K, the K, by Karen Berger. I can't wait to smoke this said cigar. Now, in the review, it said that this is a medium cigar. Looks like it has all the characteristics of a full-body cigar, to Superdan's opinion, but that's just on the superficial glance of said cigar. It's got that firm pack. It's a very dark wrapper. The scent is light ash, kind of musty tobacco. It's a very mild scent, not very strong, which is neither here nor there, but that's what it smells like to me. Okay, we got a lot of talk about, family. We got a lot to talk about. There is no doubt. There's no doubt. There is a lot going on in the cigar world, and not all of it is unicorns and rainbows, okay? In case people haven't noticed, in the past 30 to 40 years, there has been a war against smokers, and the smokers are losing. And the reason is simply numbers. There's more of them than there are of us. And I don't really like to make those analogies of them and us, because there are always grays, there's always shades. But the fact of the matter is, we're losing our rights. We are losing our rights. And Superdan's not happy about it. Sorry. That may upset some of you, but Superdan's not happy about it. You could be happy about it, but I'm not happy about it. Anyways, let's cut and light the K Maduro Robusto Cigar. We'll cut it, we'll light it, we'll smoke it, and then Superdan will come back with some thoughts on this very beautiful dark wrappered cigar, and we're gonna talk some more about what the heck is going on. What the heck is going on? I'll be right back. Double cap. All right, let's cut and light. Here we go. We're back. Hello. This is definitely box pressed. It's box pressed, which is fine. That's fine. Actually, sometimes you get more flavors out of box pressed than Superdan's humble opinion, who says that a cigar has to be round all the time, right? It has to be a cigar, classical cigar shape that we all know and love. And also the good thing about a box press, you lay it down on the table, it doesn't roll anywhere. I think Superdan cut it a little bit too deep. It is unraveling a little bit on the edges, not a big deal. But if you don't cut like the tip, but you cut a little deeper, sometimes that will happen. It's an easy fix, no big deal. Just try not to swallow it. Very nice draw. A little bit on the tighter side, but not too tight. I won't say it's a super tight draw. Definitely not a loose draw. So if there's loose, tight, and somewhere in between, we're probably about right here. About right here. All right. This is coffee, by the way. I think it goes great with a lot of cigars. It's one of my favorite pairings is the coffee. Good smoke output, as you can see. Smoke everywhere. Right now, I'm enjoying the smoke very much. Enjoying it very, very much. Taste so far it's not strong. Kind of light, ashy, licorice taste, a little bit of raisins. That's what I'm getting. That's what Superdan's getting. Not too spicy. I can't say black pepper. I'm not really getting much of pepper. Actually, not much of any pepper. So, not gonna say pepper. Not on this one. Maybe Karen doesn't like the pepper bombs. Yeah, look, see. Superdan, come on, come on. All right, well. We know that the laws and legislations against tobacco and smoking has been going on a long time. Not all of it unjustified. I will give that. And maybe not all not beneficial. I mean, I'm not, if somebody doesn't want somebody else to smoke, I have no problems with them not dealing with somebody's smoke, like having separate smoking and non-smoking sections in restaurants, not having smoking at all in airplanes. I don't have any problems with that. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a step up of a total elimination of a certain portion of our population enjoying the tobacco, the smoke. It wasn't too long ago that tobacco was our main crop. Tobacco was, the moneymaker, the back and forth. And wow, what a long ways we have gone. YouTube has taken away, in case you don't know, YouTube has taken away the ability of cigar reviewers like Superdan and like a lot of others, Lee Mac, 912, Cigar Vixen, Cigar Obsession, Stogie Palace, just go down the list. The ability to have a little bit of crumbs from the advertising that they provide to you guys and to YouTube. YouTube decided, nope. This material we deem is unsuitable for monetization for our viewing audience, therefore we're taking it away. Which they have a right to do in the United States, unfortunately. But is it cool that you change the rules of the game midway? When YouTube was formed, it was definitely about the free speech. This was a forum where you could have the freedom to express yourself, to make these videos, and it really was an amazing thing. It still kind of is. It still is. YouTube is almost as revolutionary as the internet itself. You know, I don't know of anybody that goes on the internet and doesn't go to YouTube. But it's, you know, my mom always had a saying to me. She said, "It's not what happens to you that matters. It's how you handle it. It's how you deal with it that counts. Life throws you curveballs, and it's up to you to decide how you're going to handle those curveballs, those bumps in the road, those challenges, and so forth. You know what I mean? I hate to sound like a broken record, but oh well. It's my channel. I can sound any way I want, right? Studies have shown that 1 or 2 cigars a day not only shows no ill effects, but it may actually be good for you mentally. Lowers your blood pressure, lowers your stress levels, very similar to meditation. It's in there, it's in the books. I looked at cancer.org. Now, cancer.org is certainly not Cigar Aficionado magazine, okay? And in cancer.org, they admit that the studies of cigar smoking related to cancer is, what was their words? It was not provable. Something like that. It was not provable, or it was not determined. Not determined. Which is about as close as we're going to get, you know, as cigar smokers, as to the scientific proof that all this demonization of cigar smoking isn't about that. It isn't about our health, all right? It's just about the anti-smoking crusade, trying to lump all the smoking into one bag and then throwing the bag out into the garbage because they just don't like the smoke. We don't like the smoke, right? So they're going to try to lump everything they can into that, whether it's the truth or a lie, and throw it in the bathwater. Now, Superdan differentiates smoke, okay? I don't think all smoking is equal. All right, when you smoke a cigarette, it is definitely not the same as smoking a pipe, which is definitely not the same as smoking a cigar, which is not the same as smoking a vape. They're all different things. That's why I've always advocated, and this is what Superdan's stance is that cigars should be given an exception. Because you're not inhaling a cigar, you're puffing a cigar, you're tasting a cigar. You know, sort of like wine is tasted. But I guess wine, you ingest it like other alcohols, so it's not like the best analogy, because with cigar smoking, you don't take it into the lungs. But it's different. It's a different experience. It's a different thing, man. It's a different thing. That's Superdan's stance. That cigars should be given an exception. This 21 and over rule is a bunch of hogwash. Why, when a person turns 18 and they're adult, they can't make a decision whether or not they want to have a cigar for their graduation, or a cigar for their birthday, or, you know, they're out in the military, out in the field, who knows what kind of stress they're in, and they just want to light up a cigar. Who is the government to tell you, no, you can't handle it? Sorry, you're not old enough. You got to be 21. Here's a 20-year-old who has a family, who has a house, who is in the military, and the government has the gall to tell them, no, sorry, you can't. You know, you're just not developed yet. You got to be 21 to make your decision. But, you know, the pot and the marijuana, we're making so much money off it. Yeah, you could do that. But not this, because that's our choice now. You see, You gotta peel the onion, folks. You gotta peel the onion. And when you peel the onion, you find out it's really rotten. You know, do you think the government is here all for your benefit and for your health? Do you think they're here to help us? Huh? Because the government doesn't do anything wrong, right? Right? All you Republicans out there are loving this, right? And don't get me wrong. We need government, okay? So don't put Superdan in a box. All right? We do need government. Government's important. There's no doubt about it. We do need regulations. It's very important. We do need the FDA, and we do need OSHA, and we do need these departments that supposedly are there for our health, safety, and well-being. We do need a CIA and an FBI. That's not what I'm arguing. What I'm arguing is we need to watch the watchers. All right? Because it's very easy when you get power to want more power. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that's what we need to be careful about, okay? Cigar smokers' rights are being taken away. This is just the first step in Superdan's opinion, and it's going to get worse and worse because we're not a big voting bloc. According to a guy who's been in the cigar industry for 30 years, there's about 1 in 1,000 adults that smoke cigars. 1 in 1,000. That means for every million people, there's like 1,000 of us, you know? Or maybe it's 100,000. God, my math is terrible. I think it's 100,000. There's 1,000 of us. Not a big voting bloc, people. That means we got to convince others that this is wrong. And that takes some doing. That takes some doing. Not everybody likes cigar smoke. I understand that. I do. So anyways, boy, that was a long rant, but we will get back. I'm going to smoke a little bit further down this very nice, surprisingly mild to medium Maduro cigar. Is it correct for me to say female friendly? It's a female friendly Maduro cigar. And the reason I say that is that the tastes are mild. There's not a lot of pepper. There's not a lot of pow. Pow. You know, there's not a lot of pow. And I think a lot of women would like that if they want to get into a deeper, richer cigar. And I say that in general, ladies, okay, so don't get upset, all right? In general, I think they would. Yeah, so we'll be back shortly. Hello, I'm back. Yes, it's Superdan. Do not adjust your screens. In color, baby. We are working our way through the K. The Don Kiki, Karen Maduro Robusto K. We've been smoking this now about 20-25 minutes. We're just getting through the third. You know, we got through the first third and we're working our way down, but pretty slow smoking cigar. You're gonna get a lot of bang for your buck for this cigar, which is nice. Still has that mellow, it said medium, but I'm almost saying mild Maduro. There's not, I shouldn't say there's not too many mild Maduros, but that wouldn't be correct. But more often than not, you smoke a dark wrapper Maduro cigar, you're expecting a little zing. You're expecting some type of pow. There's no pow here. There's no pow here. I mean, I'm smoking this thing like a Monte Cristo, man. Like, you know, like, you know, like a Connecticut wrapper. You know, it's just no zing pong poom, no strength. Is what I'm saying. I'm almost gonna say this is mild. I don't really want to say mild, but it's not. It's forcing me to go that route. So far, will the strength ramp up? I don't know. We'll find out. There's something else that Superdan wants to put out there that's might be controversial to some of you folk who don't do your homework. That's about nicotine. Now, you've been told, I'm sure, for a long time now that nicotine is poison, it's bad for you, and nicotine is just terrible, right? Did you know that tomatoes and potatoes have just as much, if not more, nicotine than smoking 3 to 5 cigarettes? Do you know that there is a study that was put out that smoking 5 cigarettes will kill you? I mean, I think it's to the point now where people are so anti-smoking, so against smoking, that they'll make up whatever it is. They don't care what it is, they'll make it up. Whatever they have to do to squash smokers, you know? Now, Superdan is not for cigarette smoking, actually. That might surprise some people. I do not advocate smoking cigarettes. I think that inhaling that smoke into your lungs is not a good idea, okay? That's coming from a cigar smoker. And cigarettes have so much chemicals too. A lot of chemicals in cigarettes. These things are carefully hand wrapped. These are premium cigars. They go through a very rigorous process. Very natural cigars. And when I say natural, I don't mean there's a lot of added chemicals and all that junk put in a cigar. Now, I'm not claiming I'm an expert, okay? I'm a guy, just like Lee Mack, smokes my cigar in my garage or wherever with my dog, you know, when I get a dog. My dog passed away, but, you know, that's who I am. But I do my homework. I research. I don't take people's word for anything. And you shouldn't either. Don't take people's word on it, you know. Do as much fact-finding as you can. And it's hard. And I've been wrong many times, and I'll continue to be wrong. But at least I admit it as so. But I know when the wool's being pulled over this sheep's eyes. You know what I mean? I know when I'm being BS'd. I'm a poker dealer. You know, I know about poker, all right? And I know when I'm being bluffed, all right? This nicotine stuff is a load of BS. So why do they do it? Well, it fulfills the agenda. Anything that fulfills the agenda, they're gonna throw in there, okay? Next thing they're gonna say is that cigarette and cigar smokers steal babies from their mothers. Right? Right? Trump, President Trump today said, "Good morning, America." How dare he? Right? Why? Because it fulfills the agenda. It fulfills what these people want to do. And in groupthink, there is no think. Remember that. In groupthink, there is no think. All right? It's Nazism in its finest. You go watch those old Germany Third Reich videos. What do you see? Okay? You see huge blocks and groups of people marching in formation with one figure. Okay? The idea being there's one thought. There's one course of action. Everything else needs to be expunged, eliminated, thrown away. That's not the way we do things in America. That's not America. That's fascist Germany, okay? In America, we allow differing opinions. That's what makes us unique. I don't want to see us lose that. Even with things we don't agree with, I don't want to see us lose that. And that's the point Superdan's trying to make. Okay, so did a big retrohale there to see if I could get some flavors in here. I taste licorice, a little bit of raisin, some ash, still a mild to low medium cigar. And we're just kind of getting into the middle, sort of. I mean, we still got time to go in the middle. I've been smoking this thing over 30 minutes. So, I don't know how long this review is going to be, but, you know, it is what it is. Superdan is unique in his cigar videos, in his cigar review videos in this respect, is that I try to make it feel like a cigar lounge. You know, we talk about whatever, you know, because this is what you do. You talk about things, right? There's a certain camaraderie with smoking cigars. Smoking cigars is the best when you're around people. I'm around you fine folk. All right? This is what it's like when you sit down with the Superdan and smoke a stogie. All right? All right, so we're going to smoke a little further. I'll be back. We're going to get some more thoughts on this cigar, and we'll come up with some numbers. Superdan has a 1 to 5 star rating. 5 star meaning the best of the best. 1 star meaning the worst of the worst. Usually things are in between. And I cover construction, price, and taste, and then give an overall score. That's the way I do it, man. And that's the way I like to do it. I started off not doing it that way in the first review or two, but quickly realized that it needs to be a little bit more complex. So I think I started just with an overall score. So at any rate, that's a tangent. I'll be right back. Cheers. I'm back. Did you miss me? Through the miracle of YouTube? I doubt it. I doubt it highly. But we are through the first half of the cigar, a little bit more than in half. I'm taking off the wrapper here. I wanted you guys to see how easy this wrapper came off. Wow. Very nicely done. Beautiful wrapper, and no more wrapper. I'm gonna go through the numbers real quick before I smoke down any further because it's getting hot in my garage. I'm in Las Vegas. We've had a very cool summer. Temperatures have been in like 100 to 105. Previous summers at this point in time in the year, it's like 115. There's a huge difference between 105 and 115, I promise you. But yeah, it's getting a little warm. I can't smoke outside. It's very windy. I can't smoke in the house. So, you know, this is the best that Superdan can do. So that's that. The strength never revved up yet. I don't think it will. So if you like mild to low medium Maduro cigars, this one just may be right up your alley. The K cigar, Maduro Robusto. So I'm going to go through the numbers real quick. There was something else that I wanted to add. Give me a second. Let me remember what it is. I remember. Superdan was a political science major. I don't know if you know that. 4 years, Cal State Northridge. Bachelor of Science degree, I believe. BS degree or BA? Probably BS because there's a lot of BS. But a lot of reading, a lot of writing, which may explain sort of Superdan's analytical side to all this gobbledygook. And I probably should have been an attorney or a lawyer like my mom said, but you know, I knew better. You know, what did my mom know? But point I'm making is that if you want to understand anything that's going on, you always follow the money trail. Where does the money go? Who is giving the money to whom? Money, money, money. Because in the United States of America, and I don't mean to pick on the USA, it's whatever is a monetary society, the money is where the power is. It's the banks has the power. The multi-billion-dollar corporations, it's a power. And they're just gonna go with the power and the money, right? So that's how you need to figure out things, because everything else is a consequence of the money. Case in point with smoking. Look at marijuana, right? Have we had any really good studies on the health effects of smoking marijuana? The societal implications of masses of people smoking marijuana, the chemicals involved, the effects on the brain, the effect on the system? Not really. I mean, not that I see. What I see is a massive onslaught of legalize it now, legalize it yesterday. Marijuana, right? I want to smoke my pot. States are jumping head over heels to try to legalize this stuff because of the money, right? Because they demonized cigarette smokers so much. In Superdan's opinion, some of it justified, some of it bullshit, BS. but they demonize it so much that it just costs them. They cut their nose to spite their face, I guess is what I'm saying, with the money coffers. So now they got to get something else, right? So now the thing is the marijuana. Down the road, they will start demonizing pot again. I promise you. History goes through cycles, right? We'll get there eventually. And then they'll come up with something else. Maybe it'll be soda pop. Maybe it'll be sugary drinks or candy. Who knows? Some way, somehow, the government's gonna fill that crack pipe because they're addicted. So whatever sin of the day is, they're gonna fill that crack pipe. So, but they're not gonna make much off cigar smokers anyways. We're such a minority, 1 in 1,000 people. So, you know, picking on cigar smoking is just a joke. It's a joke. Okay, so I don't want it to go out because I'm gonna keep smoking this, but let's go through the numbers, shall we? Construction has been great. I just had to touch it up a few times. Not even a few times, maybe once I had to touch it up. It's still smoking good. It hasn't gone out, even with all this talking. The wrapper is nice and packful. It's like a firm pack. Some seams, but you know, never unraveled. It's not gonna unravel. Very solid pack. Good smoke output. Nice draw. I'm gonna give that a 4-star rating. The price. I looked it up. I found it to be $10 to $11 for this cigar. I think that's a little high. Now price, keep in mind, price is going to be dependent upon your taxes and where you're at and what the upcharges of your particular establishment, whether online or a brick and mortar shop. But I found it $10 to $11. I think it's a little high. I think this cigar should be about $7 to $8. So we'll give that a 3.6, okay? And the taste has been pleasant. It's been mild. It's not gonna wow you. It's not gonna zing you. So the taste has been very mellow. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you know, I never got any citrus flavors, never got any fruit flavors, no peppers. So I'll give the taste about a 3.6 again. Not bland. I mean, it's a nice taste, but it's just no flavor transitions. So 3.6. So overall, Superdan's going to give this cigar a 3.7, which I think is not bad. Not bad. It's pretty good. It's a pleasant cigar. Good Maduro cigar for the beginner smoker. This will be fine. They won't get sick. They won't get head spins. And you could actually offer them a Maduro and say, here, try a Maduro. And it's going to be mild to low medium. All right, so enough. Superdan's cigar reviews goes long, but that's because I have a lot to say, and I try to combine the feel of a cigar lounge with my opinions, with the cigar and everything else. And that's the way I like to do it, you know? Everybody has their own way of doing things, and that's great. Very quick, great reviews is like Cigar Obsession, who just talks about the cigar, not a lot of BS. And then there's some in between, like Lee Mac 912 is very similar to me in a lot of respects. And there's Stogie Palace, and it's a great character, and I like his way of doing things as well. So that's it. Cheers. Support your cigar reviewers. Okay. One last note. It seems like a lot of them are doing the Patreon route. That's what Superdan's doing. I'm on the Patreon route. So if you want to support Superdan, you could join as little as $1 a month. Okay, $1 a month, which will help Superdan buy these cigars, pay for the internet, pay for the devices that I use for this, and everything and anything in between. Just a show of support. You know, grab your piggy bank, $1 a month. Okay, I'm gonna go that route for now. I do believe that Patreon sooner or later is going to get rid of the cigar reviewers. I really believe that. It's not gonna happen tomorrow or next week, but I think it's gonna happen. You know, there's a Boy Scout motto or something, which is hope for the best, prepare for the worst. So we gotta come up with another plan, guys. a backup plan. Okay, it's very important, a backup plan. I'm still a little conflicted about putting out cigar review videos. I feel like I am supporting the beast that is trying to destroy us by putting these out. But on the other hand, we don't have a lot of options right now. And I want to put this information out. And as long as YouTube is allowing us to put these out, even without the monetization, I think Superdan's gonna have to plug his nose and go with it for now. So I know in the previous video I said I was only gonna put one cigar review out. I think that's gonna change. I'm gonna start putting out more cigar reviews until such time as the axe really hits a tree. So cheers, fair winds of following seas. If you think you can or can't, you're right. Subscribe, click the thumbs up, comment down below. Support Superdan's channel, and I'll see you on the next one, next cigar review. Hopefully it'll be sooner than from 8B to 9B. All right, cheers.